Hey, what it is, what it do, what it be. You know what it is. Yes, it is that time. Once again, this is the I Am the Possible podcast experience. The pop up edition. What's good, my good people? Shout out and salute to all of my brothers all around the world. Special pre-turkey day before Thanksgiving, special edition pop-up version of the I Am the Possible podcast experience. I'm so excited to be with you guys today live. I am Travail C.W. Lynch, Mr. What and I is your self-worth specialist. Listen, if you are a man, a brother, and you're watching this live or on the replay, here's what I need for you to do. Each one teach one, each one reach one. I am dedicating today's podcast episode and experience to my men. So I need for you guys to share, tag, or just tell another brother about this episode. I think it's going to serve them and serve you well. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the hats. Well, today, guys, I want to entitle this one, You Are Enough for Everyone. You are enough for everyone. Now, that statement does not mean that there is nothing for you to do in the area of growth and development and maturity. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you, in and of yourself, as you've been created, as you've been cultivated by the very hand of God, by the will of God, by the intention of God, by the imagination of God, you intrinsically are enough for everyone. And I'm going to break that down in just a moment. Now, why am I wearing so many hats? Well, isn't this the picture of so many men in this world today? Aren't we, brothers? I'm speaking to you. You can holler back, drop a comment. We're wearing a million hats. We're told by society, we're told by our parents, we're told by the principal in the school, we're told by our teachers, we're told by our spouse, we're told by our children, we're told by the little old woman down the street, we're told by them, we're told by they, we're told by everyone. All the things that we got to do, all the things that we're responsible for. We tend to be society's scapegoat. We tend to be, and that's not to say that we don't own a lot of these things, and a lot of these things are our responsibility. The context in which I'm placing what I'm saying in is we grow up with such a burden in our society, and we take on these hats that, and this is what I'm dealing with today, we perceive a certain level of responsibility. Some of it is legit, but some of it, it's too much. So let me read for you verbatim. And you can also see this in the description of the video. But I just want to read to you verbatim so that you understand it. And for those who are listening on the podcast, I want to make sure that they're hearing this verbatim. Brothers, we often wear so many hats in this world that we become overwhelmed by the perceived responsibilities that we carry. I don't know if I'm talking to you this morning, but if you're wearing a million hats like this, that burden that we're carrying, the perceived responsibilities that we can often pile upon ourselves, it can become extremely frustrating. It can become extremely deflating. It can become just downright overwhelming. And see, the thing for brothers, the thing for men that I've discovered is we don't really want to tell nobody. We don't really want to share with nobody. We just want to keep manning up and owning it and just taking on more and more. And we just want to keep impressing, and we just want to keep fronting, and we just want to keep making everyone around us believe that we got this. And the truth is, my brother, we ain't really got this. Now, if you're a man of God and you're trusting in God and you're putting your faith and your trust in Him, then in one context, you got this because God has you. But I'm talking about the man, whether you are a believer or not, who is trusting in his own ability, looking at its own um ability to do something and to move something and to move forward, that can get real heavy. So in this live episode of the I Am the Possible podcast, I'm going to share with you a perspective that will help lighten your load and help you grow in your confidence as a man to meet the demands of this world and those around you. Again, that's in this broadcast description right below. But I wanted to read that because I can go down rabbit holes. I can, chase rabbits, and I can get real off point because I got so much to share and I want to share so much that I can really start chasing them rabbits. So I just really wanted to stay on point with you this morning. Now, guys, I want to share with you a story about these many hats. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take them off, and then I want to share with you just something out of my own life and out of my own experience, right? Because when I grew up around the age of 7, I began to stutter. I picked up a lot of weight, and just to summarize, I became the laughing stock of my neighborhood. They laughed at me, they picked on me, they bullied me, they made me feel like crap. Now, I don't know if that's been your experience or that's your background, but if you know anything about having your value and your worth in question, if you know anything about having, just your identity, your idea of having any place in this world stripped of you, robbed of you, then you can feel what I'm saying. So, as a young brother, as a little man coming up, I was robbed of my value and my worth. I was robbed of any sense of significance. And so at the age of 20, I was willing to give my life away. And I won't go into all the gritty details, but I had a gun pointed to the side of my head at one point. And I'm sitting in the back seat of a car, and I was willing to get my head blown off because I had come to such a point in my life that I had no value, no worth, no sense of significance. I didn't mean anything, so I thought, to anyone around me. And maybe you're in that position right now where you don't really feel like you got a whole lot to offer. You don't really feel like nobody would miss you if you died today. Like maybe you're really at that point. Because, see, tomorrow people are going to celebrate and they're going to be around family, but that ain't true for everybody. That ain't true for everybody. Everybody ain't going to have a, a Merry Christmas this year. Everybody ain't gonna have a happy Thanksgiving. The real talk is, the real truth is, some of you men, brothers, I'm talking to you. Some of y'all are hurting inside, man. Some of y'all are crushed inside. Some of y'all are dealing with some stuff from way back. I'm 45 years old, dog. I still deal with scars. I still deal with pain. I still deal with nightmares. I still deal with stuff, with stuff that happened years ago, right? Being a Christian, being a pastor, being a speaker, being an author, being a whatever, you can be all these different things. You can take on all these different hats, but some of this stuff runs so deep that it takes you a lifetime, man, to truly recover. And that's not to diminish the power of God in your life, man. That's just real talk. Some things are there to stay, to help you remember, man, where you've come from. So I'm just sharing with you some of my scars, man, some of my hurts. So at the age of 20, man, sitting in the backseat of that car with a gun pointed to the side of my head, I was willing to die, have my head blown off for a $120 bag of weed because I didn't see any value, any worth in myself. You feel what I'm saying? Because the world tells me I got to do this, I got to be this, I got to have this. But I have no idea. I have no clue. I have no strategy. I have no plan to do and to be all of that. And worse, early on in those formative years, I've been beat down and bullied by society so bad that I'm just at the end. And I have this much confidence in my ability to really do or to be anything, and this much confidence in my ability to grow and develop and mature into anything. But my life was changed when I received Jesus. When I received God, when I received Jesus in jail, I discovered that I was accepted and that I was someone and that I had something to offer. So I just really want to kind of give you some of that background to bring you up to the story that I want to share with you with my kids, right? Because some of y'all brothers out there, y'all got some kids, man. Y'all got some children, and that's a part of your hat, right? I got 4 kids, right? I don't know how many kids you got, but I got 4 kids, man. God's blessed me with 4 amazing children, man. And by the grace of God, they're all healthy. They're all in their right minds. They all love the Lord. They're all doing well to the grace and to the glory of God, man. not because I got this and not because I'm such a brilliant father, but because I trust in the Lord, man. I give everything I possibly can with the best consciousness I possibly can, right? To the best of my ability is what I'm trying to say. I give everything over to God and I let God do what God can do and what God does in my life. You feel me? So, story, man, story. I came to a point in my life, right? Because again, because of my background, I was predisposed to feeling like I wasn't valuable, like I didn't have much to offer, and so now I'm a dad. I'm a father of four. I'm a husband of one. You feel me? Got this family of six. And I'm supposed to be a leader, right? That's a part of my hat, right? Leader, right? So let me take off one. I'm supposed to be a leader, right? Can you guys, can you guys feel what I'm saying with that one? So let me take one off. That's leadership. Okay. So I'm a leader. I'm supposed to lead the family, right? Go slay the dragon, right? That's one, right? Now I'm also a father. So I'm supposed to be, one who leads, one who guides, one who gives wisdom, direction, one who teaches men how to be men, one who embraces and teaches my daughter how to be loved and to be treated by men in this world so that when she grows older, she can go find her a godly man that loves and respects her. That's my responsibility. So that's another hat. You feel me? And then I'm supposed to be, a businessman, an entrepreneur, someone with a vision, someone with a goal, right? So I'm supposed to be this business guy, and then I'm supposed to be an employee and a good and a good citizen, right? But the list goes on and on and on, right? So there's a million hats, man, a million hats that we carrying around, that we wearing, right? And heavy is the head that wears so many hats. Well, maybe not always. I'm gonna share with you why. But many of us are going around with all these different hats on, right? And so a part of my hats, right? One of my hats is being a father. And so I remember, man, not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, I was sitting with my children. We meet every Sunday and we get in a circle and we talk about life and we share our lives and we support each other and we pray and different things like that. And I remember, man, reflecting on the fact that me as a man, right? Again, being preconditioned that I'm not very valuable, don't have much to bring to the table, right? So that was kind of what I was coming out of, right? So I was talking to my kids one day and I realized, right, I was looking at each one of them and the things that they were into, the things that they wanted to accomplish, the things that they wanted to achieve. And I was starting to get kind of down on myself. I was like, yo, man, one of my kids want to be an engineer. One of my kids want to go to the NFL. One of my kids want to be an actor. One of my kids, wants to be a marine biologist. I mean, got all these different goals and dreams. And I'm sitting back to myself saying, doggone it. How do I nurture any of this? For the football, I'm not athletic. For the engineer, I'm not like super like I'm not some MIT guy, right? For my daughter, wants to be an actor and acting, modeling. I'm not in the industry, right? Marine biologist and working with, fish and working with the ocean and like I don't have any background. Like I was really getting down on myself. And why I share this story is because brothers, men, fathers, with all these hats, man, that we're supposed to wear. And then we're also supposed to be a father that's able to show up for our children. Sometimes, man, being a dad, being a father can get hard because we're looking at ourselves saying, I'm not enough. That's why I entitled this one, You Are Enough for Everyone. And I'm gonna share with you why that is. So I'm sitting there getting down on myself, like, yo, I'm not this for her, I'm not this for him, I'm not this for him, I'm not this for him. And in that moment, I believe it was by God's grace. I believe that it was the Holy Spirit that revealed to me, showed me, reminded me, okay, I get what you ain't, Travell, but here's what you are. Remember in 2001 when Pastor Eric Brown looked you in the eyes and told you that you are a teacher, the 5 words that changed my life? Remember that you took those assessments and those evaluations, and God further confirmed that you are a teacher, that you have an anointing and ability to communicate, to educate, to inspire, to transfer information. Remember, He created you to be His communication channel, tuning in to the frequency of heaven. Remember all of those revelations and morning prayers and everything that he affirmed and confirmed in what you are. Maybe you're not all these things, but Travell, you are this. And in that moment, man, I look my kids in the eye with great confidence, man. Great confidence. And that's why I said in this title, y'all, brothers, y'all gonna be confident with this perspective. You're gonna be confident that you are enough for everyone. My kids don't need for me to be any of those things that I'm not. My kids need for me to be what I am. I looked my kids in the eye and I told them, I said, guys, I can't offer you this. I can't offer you that. I can't offer you this. I can't offer you that. But here's what I can offer you. I can offer you the greatest version of me. Football player, I can't coach you and teach you all these different plays and do all these other things, but I can teach you how to be respectable. I can teach you character. I can teach you how to be a man of integrity. I can teach you how to love God. I can teach you how to be within yourself the kind of man that can carry that kind of weight and pressure into your future. Marine biology. I can't teach you about the ocean, but I can teach you the fundamentals of what it means to be a man in this world and to hold your head up when things get hard. My daughter, acting, modeling. Baby, I can't teach you how to walk the runway. I can't teach you how to get into Hollywood, but I can teach you how to be a respectful, articulate, brilliant, right, communicator. So that when you go on these interviews and you speak with these executives and you do what you do within your industry, you'll be able to present yourself in the most amazing way. Engineer, I probably ain't going to MIT no time soon, but I can teach you how to speak and how to hold your head up and how to sit and how to interview and how to apply to colleges. And I can teach, I can teach, I can teach. I can teach what I got. I can teach what I know. I love communication. I love being able to connect with the humans, right? With the human connection. I love that. And that is central, that is core to everything that they want to do. What am I trying to say, brothers? What I'm trying to say is I discovered by God's mercy and grace that whatever we are, it's enough if we are accepting of it and we are aware of it. That's why it's so important for you to understand the what of your life. That's why I teach and I preach the what because I am a communicator. That's one of my what's. I am God's communication channel. That's one of my what's. And so I carry that confidence into every conversation. I carry that confidence into every context. I carry that confidence into every boardroom. I carry that confidence into everything that I do on my job, with my wife, with my children, at church, in the marketplace. I am a contribution, man. I am a communicator. So God's given me an abundance, if you're looking for them, if you're aware of them, opportunities to uplift and to nurture and to pour into other people's lives. I'm not bragging. I'm showing you what's happened in my life so that you have an example of what can happen in your life. God's given you something, my brother. God's done something in your life. He's called you to be something. He's created for you to be, he's created you to be something and to do something. And that is enough for everyone. You have a place in this world. You have a piece to the puzzle. You have a position. Football season right now. Everybody can't play every position. You just got to play your position and you will contribute to the team's win. To the team's win. Just play your part. Just get in your position. Just master your thing and you will automatically contribute to the win of the entire team. So I know we got all these hats on. Some of them over here falling on the floor. But you guys get my point. You got all these hats on, man. I want you to no longer separate all these hats. No longer say, oh, I got the weight of being a husband, the weight of being a father, the weight of being a good employee, the weight of being an entrepreneur, the weight of being a this, the weight of being a that. It ain't got to be the weight of nothing. What it has to be and what it can be, doesn't have to be, what it can be, the possibility The perspective that I'm offering you is to discover what you are, and I can help with that. Hit me up, iamthepossible.com, iamthepossible.com. Hit me up. I can help you with that. Okay. But if you don't know what you are, I can help. Okay. But if you do know what you are, channel that what to everything. Don't separate, integrate. Don't separate it, integrate it. That again is not to say that you are not to grow and develop and mature in the various areas of your life, but that is to say that you grow in your appreciation, in your acceptance, in your awareness of what you are and what you are, or what you are brings to the table. It's brilliant. I know. God gave it to me. God is brilliant. I'm just the channel. The weight is lifted. I was able to tell my children, I'm not going to be those things for you. With no fear, no conviction, no reservation, I looked them right in the eye. And with love and with compassion and with empathy, I looked them right in the eye and said, guys, I'm not going to be those things for you. And by the grace and the mercy and the revelation of God, I don't need to be. He already made me what I is, and what I is enough for all y'all. Yeah. And they received it. And they received it. And we're living happily ever after. See, the perspective is what put the pressure on me. It was my perspective. I was trying to separate everything out. Oh, I got to run over here and be this for them. I got to run over here and be this for them. I got to run over here and be this for them. No, 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 I don't. Wherever I find myself, wherever you find me, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to teach. I'm going to teach. Now, how the teaching looks, that is adjustable, right? It's fluid, right? Shout out to Stephen A. Smith, right? People that watch First Take. It's fluid, right? My teacherisms, they're fluid. Because with my wife, I gotta teach a certain way. I gotta contribute to her a certain way. To my children, I gotta teach and contribute, because now that's 4 different individuals with 4 different personalities, with 4 different dreams and 4 different ambitions and 4 different things, right, going on. So I gotta tweak it. I gotta tweak it on my job, right? I gotta tweak it, right? Create my coaching practice and my podcast. I gotta tweak it. I don't teach the same way everywhere, but everywhere I teach. That's it. So what is it? What is it for you, my brother? What is it for you? What is your thing, man? What is your what? What is your thing that you can use and say, I'm no longer going to try and separate, but I'm going to integrate me into everything and everyone that I encounter? I think that's a real dope perspective. I think that's a real liberating lifestyle. It's worked for me. Will it work for you? Try it. Find out. Life is about experiences and trying stuff out, right? Try it out. If it works, great. If it don't work, keep praying, keep looking, keep searching, find what does work for you. Okay. My job is to share what works for me and to put it on display and to make it known and to make it public so that other people can take advantage of it. But I'm not here to convince you or force you. It's like a menu. I got all these different things. You can choose them or not choose them. I won't be offended. But I take great joy in sharing my life in such a way that it might profit you, that it might encourage you, that it might inspire you, that it might edify you. And for those that it will, it will. And for those that it won't, it won't. And it's okay. Time to shut it down, guys. Love y'all, praying for y'all, believing in y'all, man. Travell C.W. Lynch, Mr. What Self-Worth Specialist. This is the I'm the Possible podcast experience, the place where possibilities become perspective. Guys, remember, the greatest form of self-development is self-discovery. Before you try to level up, baby, let's level down. Let's dig deep and discover what is within. Until next time, I am out. Brothers, I love y'all. Shout out and salute. Have an amazing Turkey Day. Peace.